prohibited. It is intended for training and educational purposes only and may not be distributed to the public. The views and opinions expressed are those of the speaker presented and not necessarily those of Primerica Financial Services.
Let's start out with recruiting, one-on-one recruiting. Okay, I gotta change. I want to win. I want to make some money. I want to have security. I want to grow my income. I need to build a sales force, build an organization. I want to, get it going. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about, let's just assume I've made a presentation to you. I've built yes momentum. You've felt that, hey, the company's got a great track record. It's legitimate. There's a need. We're saving people money. I've showed you the compensation system. I've shown you financial interest. I've shown you time leverage. I've shown you a little, having a business is better than building somebody else's business. Being unlimited is better than being limited. Controlling your future, not having somebody else control it is better than, or you follow what I'm saying? So I've made I'm assuming I or you have made a winning presentation. Start part-time, no risk, little investment. You squeeze it in when you squeeze it in, totally flexible, no, totally unlimited on the upside. So you've had somebody's attention, you've made a good presentation, and then it's kind of like, so, John, can you see any reason why you wouldn't get a license? Can you see any reason why you wouldn't put 10 people, 15 people in front of me in the next 30 days? Can you see any reason why you wouldn't give it a shot? They've agreed with me the whole presentation, right? Everything made sense. They were agreeing. They weren't arguing with me. Most presentations you make, what are people going to say? How many people say whole life's better than term? Or being in debt is better than being out of debt? Paycheck to paycheck's better than, having a one-year emergency fund. Okay, so how can we not be recruiting? So what are you getting after your presentation? Hey, can you see any reason why you wouldn't make a 30-day commitment to building your own enterprise? A 30-day effort to seeing if you can take advantage of this business. So let's talk.
I don't have the time.
You don't have the time. I hear that a lot.
My family.
You want to put time with your family. Yeah, I hear you. Time's a big issue. What is it that you're doing that you don't have any time to improve your situation?
I work 8-10 hours a week.
8-10 hours? Okay.
We come home, we have dinner, make sure the kids get their homework, and then they've got to go to swim practice or something like that. There's no time left.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you think you could find, if there was a way to make $2,000 a month working one night a week, would it be worth exploring that possibility?
I don't know. I don't want to give up bowling.
How much you make bowling?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But I'm pretty.
Let me ask you, I imagine you are a pretty good bowler. If you're a good bowler, you could be great at this maybe. What's more important to you, your financial future, your security, your retirement, financial independence, providing more for your family, gaining some more freedom, or bowling?
When you put it that way, I think the financial future is more important.
Yeah. You know the definition of sacrifice?
No, what?
Giving up something you love for something you love more. I can appreciate loving. I used to play top flight football, when I got in this business. I was playing with a bunch of guys from University of Maryland. I was Larry Dick's top receiver. As soon as I saw this business, he took the Terrapins to the Cotton Bowl. He was my quarterback. As soon as I saw this business, guess what I gave up? Top flight touch football. What was I making in touch football? Where was I going in touch football? It was fun. We'd, play on the weekends and then go drink Budweiser. But, I could see where that was going to get me. Okay, so what's being a great bowler really doing for your family?
Not much.
Not much. Okay, so I'm not saying you give up bowling forever. But why don't we map out 4 Mondays over the next 30 days? Why don't we go see 3 people every Monday? We'll see 12 people in the next month. And I'll prove to you this business works. See, right now it's all theory. What you need is some proof, don't you?
Right.
You put some people in front of me and I'll recruit you some people. I'll build you a company. Ain't no way people are going to say no to what we do. Why? Because people have debt. People want savings. People want more options. People want what we offer, don't they? You can see that. This isn't real complicated, is it? You'd like to make more money, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You think any of your friends, how many of your friends do you think would like a pay raise? Yeah, sure. How many of them want more freedom? Who do you think wants to make money the most?
Mike.
Mike? Why don't we go talk to Mike first?
He's my best friend.
All right, so you're done. Okay, let's get going. Okay, next victim.
I go to church. I'm in choir rehearsal on Tuesday and deacon board on Saturday. That's all right.
Great. See you Wednesday. Fair enough? Go to church, that means you like helping people and serving people, right? You see how we help people here? You see this rule of 72?
I see it.
Let me ask you a question. A lot of the people that you know at church, guess what they don't know?
What's that?
What I just showed you, just like you didn't know it.
But my pastor will be upset with me.
No, he won't. Let's go talk to Pastor. I'll show him how he will endorse what you do for the congregation. If your pastor knew what we did, he'd want us to go see all of the people in the church so they get out of the debt and be more and tithe more. True or false? Yeah, see, we help people get into the position where they can be better givers. It's hard to give if you don't have. True or false? They don't take credit card in the offering plate, right? Do they? Wow. Whew. Well, I got church every night of the week. I go to church every night of the week. I can't give up my Bible study, my choir, my church obligations. Well, let me ask you something. Are you obligated to your God or church?
I'm obligated to my God.
Yeah, there you go. So why don't you get up and do an hour Bible study every morning and put God first, and then get on to building your business and providing for your family. Keep the Sabbath holy. Take care of your family. There's so many people committed to their church group and their families dying. They have no future, but they're committed to the group. Hey, commit to God. I'm not saying don't commit to your God. But there are other ways to commit to God than going to church every night of the week.
So now you get people out of their house.
But I'm not wrong. Hey, when Jesus preached, they said there were people who mocked and laughed, people who didn't believe. Then there were the believers. He made a sermon, either they believed or didn't. After the sermon, he left, went to another town, did another sermon. He did not try to hold another meeting with the people who were mocking and laughers and tried to convince the mockers and the laughers. He just went on and made another sermon somewhere else. All I can do is deliver you an opportunity and provide an opportunity and an example. After that, buddy, it's your life. You got $1,000 in your checking account, nothing saved for retirement. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and you're rejecting the only opportunity you have to improve your financial situation? I don't get it, dude. You're not saying no to me, you're saying no to yourself and your better future. If you like being paycheck to paycheck, it's okay with me. It's okay with you. It's okay with me. I'm looking for some people who want to save $1,000 a month, help some people, make a difference, build a business, make some dreams happen, do a little traveling, be in a position to give. The poor don't feed the poor. It's only those people who have more than they need, then they can help those who have less than they need. You barely can take care of yourself. Why not you get in a position where you have more than you need so you can become an impact player?
Times are risky. Too risky.
What risk? Risking is doing nothing, dude. The riskiest thing in the world for you to do is to keep doing what you're doing.
Well, when the market's better, when it gets...
What does the market have to do with? Hey, the market's great right now. Everybody's looking for security and more money. Have you heard? People are getting laid off. Is Primerica laying off? We're expanding, aren't we? No layoffs here.
Well, I'll get back to you when it's more things.
Don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother getting back with me. I mean, if you're not motivated to change your life, why would you get back with me? This is not complicated. You either want to make some money or you don't. Ain't nothing to think about. You cannot think your way into acting. The only way you can see if this business is for you is by getting involved and exploring the business. Do an appointment. See how people react to it. Take a test drive. How do you learn how to swim? You think about whether you like swimming? Get your butt in the pool, swim a few laps, see if you like it. Let's swim a few laps. Then you're going to have more accurate data and information to make a decision whether or not you want to continue. What I hear is someone who's afraid to take some action, and you're in a comfort zone that's killing you.
I already got a full-time and 2 part-time.
You left something out. You got a full-time, you got 3 low-paying jobs. True or false? If any one of them was any good, you wouldn't need the others now, would you? Right? You left something out. Low-paying. Okay.
My husband travels 3 to 4 days out of the week, and I'm home with the children. We don't have money for a babysitter.
So what about when he's in town? Let me ask you something. Would you rather find excuses on why it's okay to remain struggling like you are? Or would you rather find some reasons and motives for changing and improving the quality of your life?
Changing our life.
Great, so let's work around it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy or going to be convenient. You might have to, work around some scheduling, but if you're willing to work around it, I'm willing to work around it. Why don't we only do appointments when your husband's in town?
What do I do if he doesn't want to be with the kids for long periods of time?
Well, we need to have a meeting with your husband. Okay, so when's he in town? Because I got to ask him how important is his future. Because obviously there's some needs that this family that you're not able to meet, right?
Yeah, no.
Are you saving enough for retirement?
Not at all.
How do you feel about having no retirement?
Horrible.
How long are you going to have to work if you don't start saving some money for your future? Until you die. Is that what you want? You're telling me, well, I can't find any time because I'd rather work until I die. Come on, start making some sense, will you? I mean, what are you saying? I'm throwing you a life preserver here.
I'm not a salesperson.
Why are you trying to sell me on the fact that you're not a salesperson? Tell you what. Why don't we do this? Can you say, "Hi, John, this is Christian David." Why don't you do that 10 times, introduce me to 10 people, and then just shut up. And just watch me work. And after 10 presentations, then tell me you can't sell, okay? By the way, did you know that salespeople are the highest income earners in our society? Did you know that you just saying you're not a salesperson is just a belief that you have? Did you know that you are not a human being, you are a human becoming? The question is, what are you becoming? Did you know that when babies are born in the delivery room, never, ever, ever did the doctor say, "Oh, looky here, we have a born lawyer. We have a born engineer. We have a born salesman. We have a born neurosurgeon." Do you realize everybody by choice chooses what they turn themselves into? So if you chose to turn yourself into a successful person here and all your dreams came true because of that choice, isn't that worth a shot going for, exploring the possibility? Isn't it worth a 30-day trial run?
Yeah.
Where are you currently working?
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher. Okay, well, guess what? You're selling stuff to your students all day long, aren't you? And by the way, what we do isn't really sales. We're in the financial education business. What we do is provide options for people and allow them to make wise choices with more information. I'm not selling anybody on anything. I help people make decisions. Help them make decisions that are good for them. I'm not twisting anybody's arm. Hey, if a guy was paying $200 a month for $150,000 and we gave him $500,000 for $100 a month, would we have to sell him or just show him the opportunity? So, how many nights a week do you want to start? 1 or 2? Who do you want to help first, a stranger or a friend?
Well, I like
So how much do
children,
you
I
want to
don't like
make?
people.
1 or 2,000 a month extra?
1,000.
You gonna give me another excuse now?
Yeah, I like children, I don't like people. Adults. I can deal with children, but not people. I don't like people.
Tell you what, you don't like people, you just like children. Did you know adults are easier to control than children? What would you rather do, babysit adults or children? Why adults? They're independent. No liability. Right or right? Okay, that settles that point, doesn't it?
Where do I find leads?
Where do I find leads? Leads. Then I would get out my marketing plan. I'm glad you asked that. And I don't have time to do that right now, but I'm glad you asked. You get out the yellow manual of the new rep book and you go through the marketing plan, how corporations spend millions advertising. We chose a free method and the most powerful method, word of mouth referrals. What's more persuasive, an ad on television or somebody telling you they went to eat at this restaurant and it was the greatest night of their life? It's kind of like Red Lobster. Anybody seen the Red Lobster commercial? Okay. Has anybody ever been to Red Lobster? You talk about deception. I mean, the Red Lobster ad, the lobsters and the shrimps are bursting and it's like everybody's celebrating there. You go to Red Lobster, it's like hardly qualifies as seafood. If you like Red Lobster, bro, you don't know food. When was the last time someone told you, man, you gotta go to Red Lobster? Never, right? But they spend millions advertising because they can't get any referrals. We do word of mouth, most powerful, free. So then I'd work through the 25 name list, go see 15, get 6 sales, 3 recruits. The 3 recruits do a top 25. Now you've got 45 people to go see. That's going to equal, and then it just grows and grows. I teach them the marketing plan. It's genius, isn't it? It's greatest. Through recruiting, we have unlimited marketplace. You build a system whereby recruiting never stops. You'll build a system whereby income never stops either. So the answer to that one is just explain. That's just an educational thing about how the system.
I have 3 jobs and I take care of my little thing.
How long you want to continue working 3 jobs?
Not long.
So what are you going to do? What's your exit strategy out of the 3 low-paying jobs?
Well, where's my income going to come in?
Like I said, what is your exit strategy for these 3 jobs? Do you like working 3 jobs? As a child, were you dreaming, man, when I grow up, I want to work 3 jobs. You like that? Okay, well, how are you going to get out of doing that? You could. Why would you come here? So you'd want to come here to make some money? Okay, I think that's a good reason to get started. When shall you? In the meantime, don't quit what you do. Why don't we get a license? Why don't you take a step forward? Why don't we get you, when do you think you can get legal by? Let's take a look at the schedule. Have you seen how exciting the class is going to be? Here's one thing we know, Here's one thing we know. If you keep doing what you're doing, how much are you saving each month from those 3 jobs?
I don't know. I might get up before I need that.
Kind of sad, isn't it? Hey, how much do you like being in a sad situation? How committed to you are being in a sad financial situation? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you like, 10 really wanting it, how badly would you like to change your situation? Look, if you don't want to get out of the 3 jobs and start making more money, saving more money, we have nothing in common here. There's no reason for us to talk. I mean, if I were in your position, I'd be really depressed. If I was working 3 jobs and didn't have any money after paying my bills, I'd be like scrambling. Man, I need an answer here. I'm living a nightmare here. Is somewhere, is there a way out? Please help me. Somebody share me a way out of this nightmare. But that's just me.
Isn't this like Amway, like a pyramid thing?
You like pyramids? You know what a pyramid is? What's a pyramid?
Illegal.
Pyramids are illegal. You think what we do is illegal? You think what we've been doing for 32 years is illegal?
No, but isn't it just like Avon and Amway and all that?
How so? What does Amway, what kind of products do they market? What does Amway do?
They sell products.
What kind?
Yeah, all different kinds.
What do we do?
Sell products.
What kind?
Financial.
Is that like Amway?
No, different products.
Okay, and how do you feel about our products and concepts which I just shared with you? Saving people money, their financial future. You feel a little better than the products at Amway?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you talking about the compensation system similar to Amway?
Yes.
Okay, and then I would go through my broker agent example. And I would say there are some of the elements of multi-level or network marketing in our concept, but we're not a multi-level marketing company. We're more closely, set up like a real estate brokerage business model. Okay, but, when you talk about what is the thing about Amway that is a negative to you?
It just doesn't seem like everybody, like people don't really make money. It's all about just recruiting people and telling them they're going to make money, but I don't really know of anybody who makes money.
So the only thing that you don't like about Amway is the fact that nobody makes any money?
Yes.
So if people are making money here, you'd be interested in it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the $100,000 book, here's my vice president, here's the money you can make, here's the money we're making. That settles that point, doesn't it?
Yep.
Pyramids are illegal. This isn't, a lot of multi-level marketing products. They buy a filter. The SNSD buys it for $150, sells it to his NSD for $250. Then they sell the filter to the vice president for $350. Then they sell it to their district for $450, and the consumer gets to buy the filter for $650. Multi-level marketing. At each level, the price of that product goes up. We don't multi-level our market, our term insurance, our mutual funds, we're not a multi-level marketing company. Multi-level marketing companies, the problem with the products is that they're all overpriced because of all the people they have to pay.
I'm not interested in this. I have nobody to talk to.
Why not? What are you talking about?
It doesn't interest me.
How bad do you want to win? Does anybody live in the area? Yeah. If I could teach you what to say to people, is there one of the things you have no shortage of, sir?
Yes.
In the Philadelphia area is no one to talk to. Got it?
I hear you.
How many people live in Philadelphia?
About 1.5 million, 2 million.
Okay. Yeah, 1.5 million. Okay, so what are you talking about?
I don't know
No,
anybody
nobody to talk to. Nothing but people to talk to around here. We ain't in South Dakota.
You're strangers.
Yeah, strangers. Yeah, well, turn them into a friend. Now I might get into my story. I was in Miami. I moved to Maryland. I was 21 when I moved. I got here at 23, and how I had to learn how to meet some people and get my name out there and build a business. If I could teach you how to do that and become a vice president, make 6 figures, improve your life dramatically, are you willing to learn? If I'm willing to teach, are you willing to learn?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get going.
Christian, I'm doing pretty good right now. So we have no debt, except we have some good debt. And
Let me ask you a question. Is all you want to do is pretty good? If
no.
You're doing pretty good, but if great's available, do you have any interest in being great? Because if you're not, really, the enemy of the best is pretty good.
How can you help me to be great?
By changing your thinking. Raising your expectations, raising your standards. If great is available, why not go for it?
Definitely.
Okay,
make me think
makes
about
sense to me.
I'm not a finance person. I don't like finance. In
I'm
fact,
so
my major
glad
is
you-
biology.
I'm so glad you said that. Because if you said you were a finance person, I'd worry about you. This rule of 72, 12%, little bit of money, a lot of money. You get that? What if that's all you needed to know about finance?
I really hate finance. I'm really not.
Do you hate this rule of 72? Can you say you hate 12% over 3%?
No, of course.
Okay,
not.
well, stop. Let's take the name finance out of the equation. What if it was just this?
I think it will be fine then.
Okay. What would you rather do? Learn to maybe like something you think you hate, but you really don't because you never tried it or know nothing about it? Or stay stuck in a field that you say you love and starve the rest of your life?
I mean, the rule 72 seems to be easy, but I really
Wait. I asked you a question.
That's what I'm trying to answer. I'm really not interested in learning finance.
I'm not talking about learning finance. I'm talking about improving the quality of your life.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Let's get started.
Okay.
This is not finance. This is people. Helping them get free. Helping them get out of a dead-end job. Now, some of you, when I knock the job, it's like, who the heck is this guy? Knocking a job, knocking being an employee. How do you think that way? I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought that's what everybody did. Get jobs and be employees. I thought that's the way it had to be. That's all I've ever heard. And for 23 years, I have been going for ownership and freedom and dreams, not a job and being an employee. So I'm not knocking jobs. I guess I'm knocking the results of them. I'm knocking the rat race. I'm knocking the numbers are down, so we've got to eliminate all of these positions. And those people who have been at this company for 20 years, and they gave us their 20s and 30s, and now they're 45, and we need to protect our profits, so they get to go, they're fired, they're laid off. That's what I'm knocking. What I'm knocking is a system whereby the longer you're there, the more money you make, the higher you climb, the bigger the bullseye is on you. Where here, the more people I recruit, the more RVPs I produce, the more money they make, the more free I get, and the more secure I get. You got what I'm saying? You know how different that is than working for a company, climbing that corporate ladder, and then you make 50, 70, 100, 150, 200, 250. Now you're at $500,000. You better be worth it. You better be worth $500,000 worth of value to that company, because as soon as they don't think you're worth that, you're gone. Then what you gonna do? Go to another company and make $500,000? I don't think so. But I make 50 grand a month, overriding 380 agents. And now we're going to get it to 1,000 agents. How much more security when we're making $1 million with 1,000 agents am I going to have? I'll have more income, I'll have more security, and I'll have more freedom. And John Addison won't be looking for my head. They'll give you another diamond. They'll walk you on the stage, give you another portrait, give you another plaque, make you another hero. This is what we want you to be, $1 million earner and have freedom and security. And you can compare that to some job somewhere? Some corporate ladder bunch of bunk? Have somebody control my life? Be able to lay me off because I'm making too much? Something's wrong with that to me. Wreck my family's future, and I gave you my best years. I got up early. I was in traffic for 20 years, and this is the thanks I get? A pink slip? Outsourced? And I'm gonna hail down to those guys, to that system? Not me! Not me! That's not it! You know what I'm saying?
Is this straight commission or is there a base salary with this? How's that working?
Have you ever started your own business, sir?
No.
You ever known anybody to start their own restaurant, dry cleaner, gas station?
I've been in them. I don't know anyone personally.
Okay, well, when an owner opens his gas station, what's his salary?
I don't know.
Well, guess. If he doesn't sell any gas, guess what his salary is? If he doesn't sell any sandwiches in the subway, what is his salary? 0. How does a business owner make money in the restaurant business? Selling food. Okay? Now, is what you're saying that there's something... How does a restaurant owner get paid? Commissions. Commissions on sandwiches. True or false? He makes a certain amount for each sandwich. True or false? See, what we have to do is change your thinking from employee and salary. By the way, your company, where you work right now?
James Pharmacy.
James Pharmacy. If they don't sell any pharmaceuticals, what's everybody's salary?
0.
0. Thank you, sir. Very good. Now, I would recommend, what has more potential, a salary or a business? Now, I don't know if you can do the business. I don't know if you're willing to study. I don't know if you're willing to work hard. I don't know how tough you are. I don't know how badly you want your dreams. But I would recommend, a good idea would be to keep your secure salary and work with me for a month to see if you can build a business to grow that income, to get a part-time income. And if you can make money on a part-time basis, you can teach some people how to make some part-time money on a part-time basis, which then maybe you could go to full-time and have more freedom and a bigger income and a brighter future. That makes sense to at least worth attempt, doesn't it?
Yes.
Thank you. So, you get the moral of the story. What are you going to tell me? If you want more, I got you. I'm not asking you to quit your job. I'm not asking you to empty your checkbook unless $99 does it. Then you got to empty it. Okay? Part-time, flexible. I'm going to train you. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting, and you already said you wanted to change. So can you, for the life of me, see any reason why you wouldn't attempt? Somebody gave me this quote. It said, "Failure in itself is no disgrace, but not to try is." Failure's not a disgrace. Not trying is. So I wanted to move into step 2 here okay? So you got the feel for that? Okay? I'm sure all your RVPs in here, the leaders, can do the exact same thing. All right? Okay? Thank you. All right. So you get good at that. You get good at when someone says no, it's like, you got to tell me no 5 times. If I say this good logic, that good logic, this good logic, this good logic, that good logic, I give you 5 arguments to overcome your excuse, your no, then I'll accept it. But not on the first or second. Most people, you ever go shopping in the grocery or in the retail store, and the salesman will come over and say, "May I help you?" And you'll say, "No, just looking." You don't even think to say that. That's the American program response. The first thing we say is no. We don't say it because we mean it. You wouldn't be in the store if you were just looking. You're looking for something and you need some help, but you're afraid they're going to try to sell you something. So you say, "No, I'm just looking." "No, I'm just looking" is an American program response. When you go in someone's home and make a presentation, they already said before you came, "We're saying no." Right or right? Their first no, they're not even thinking clearly. They just said no because they've been saying no their whole life. They've been hearing no and saying no. Let's talk about second thing. Let's talk about, so it's February 14th. 1999, I'm making $200,000 a year. I have a fast start school. I got 100 people show there. So with 100 people showing up at an event, I had a $200,000 override income. Now, I don't know how to get 100 people showing up. I had 20 people direct who had 5 each. 20 people, if they got 5 on average, that's 100. Okay, so I don't know how to get 100 people to the event. I got 20 directs who brought whatever. Some had 10, some had none, but it turned out to be 100. So I'm making $200,000, so what's the equation? PFS, you got to know the numbers. I go to New Orleans, talk to Gary and Linda McCrummon. I say, "Man, I'm so sick of making $200,000 because I had made it like 5 years in a row." And I said, "Man, I want to double my income." I said, "How do you double your income around here?" And they said, "Oh, that's easy." It's great to hear it was easy. I said, "Well, share it with me, okay? Edison, tell me how easy it is." And they said, "Well, to double your income, all you need to do is double the size of your team." So my battle cry with our team said, "We got to get to 200. I had to go from 100 to 200 because I wanted to go from 200,000 to 400,000. Guess what happened when I had 200 people showing up? We were at 400,000. We're at 600,000. Guess how many we have showing up? About 300 people. Ain't that something how that works? I didn't learn variable annuities. I didn't learn SMART. I didn't learn how to kill universal life. I learned how to go from 100 people showing up to 300. It's all I talked about. It's all I was interested in. Any stuff outside of growing my numbers was like confusing me. Now that's a little tongue-in-cheek. So, what we should do is have a recognition of the base shops. All the RVPs stand up with your team, but I don't want to do that. We won't do that. But the point is like, what's your attendance going to be in your next event? When's your next event, and what's your goal? And let's say you have 10 people here. Will the 10 of you commit to come back next time, and can everybody bring one? That's how you go from 10 to 20, by everybody committing to come back, number one, and number two, bring somebody. Hey, if you really wanted to, could any of you had more people here today if you really, really wanted to? Like if you were going to make a $100 bill for every person you brought, would you had a few more? So the next phase of this business is recruiting. Now they must turn into big event attendance. Because you hearing all this wonderful stuff, you've heard it before. What you need is a lot more people hearing it. What you need is the event and the speaker to come work for you. Your work is getting people to the event. You're not looking for the secret at the event. If there is a secret, it's you need more people at the big event. The same 5 people, the same 3 people, the same 20 people is not going to double your income. So you need to decide today, how many people do you have here? And whatever the next event is, you've got to make a commitment, take an oath, make a self-promise to yourself that you're never going to be this small again. If the attendance that you have here today is okay with you, you ain't going to grow. Now, magic happens when you get 25 people to an event. More magic happens when you get 50 people to an event. More magic happens when you get 100 people to an event. Guess what? More magic happens when you get 200 people. And for the life of me, this is the leadership of Philadelphia. My question to this group is, does anybody want to get big in Philadelphia? Yes. I mean, really? Does anybody want to get big? Yes. Is anybody sick of being broke? Yes. Is anybody tired of being small? Yeah. Is anybody tired of not making their best effort, putting their best foot forward? So it's like, get your next event and build momentum and grow attendance to that event. Otherwise, I don't care how good you get at the products. The products are people. Primerica's about distribution. If you're in the vending machine business, would you want one vending machine and one gas station, or 100 vending machines and 100 different gas stations? Walmart is great not because they have one store in one town. Walmart is great because they have thousands of superstores. You're small because you got 2 licenses, 10 code numbers, 1 license. What are you doing? I figured out all I needed to get good at was not convincing them to do the business, not convincing them to get a license, not convincing them to become an RVP. All I had to do was convince them to show their butt up one Saturday morning out of their life. And if your butt isn't on fire at 2 p.m. or 2:15 or 2:30 when this thing ends, you're dead. You got a disease that I don't want to catch. Go find something you can get excited about. If you can't get excited about Primerica, no harm, no foul. Thanks for coming. Nice meeting you. Next. Can everybody say next? Next. This guy up here with the thing, I never heard that before. Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? The only way to find out if it's, you got to talk to all of them. Okay, so now I need some arguments of getting somebody to the event. So I've made my presentation. You've said, what are you doing Saturday the 14th? And they say, I'm working. They say, I gotta go to a wedding. I got a wedding. My husband has the car.
Too much rah-rah.
Too much rah-rah. You mean like the kind where everybody rah-rahing for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah.
That the people in the stands don't make any money? Hey, what makes more sense? Rah-rahing about your life and your financial future, or about some other ball players in the big leagues making millions? You say this is rah-rah, and you're the same numbskull that's going to paint up in green and go to the Philadelphia Eagle game and cheer like a nut when they score a touchdown. You're the kind of guy that would wear McNabb on the back. You'd wear a McNabb jersey. Are you nuts? You think McNabb would wear your jersey, your name on the back of his shirt? What are you, crazy? To be an adult man wearing a football jersey with some other dude's name on the back? You gotta be kidding me, right? Put the flag on his car. Bro, you're taking it too far. Drives me crazy and why you guys are Washington Redskin flags on their car. What's wrong with you? It's our life we're talking about here. Well, I work. So what you make on Saturday?
$10 an hour.
So how many hours you working Saturday?
10 hours.
So you're making $100. So the question is, is what we talk about here today worth $100? Well, the guy speaking made $6 million. Spare time, passive, residual, no effort. You work harder for your $100 than I do for my $50,000 a month. Yeah. Of course, truth. Nothing but truth. Hey, if you miss work, you lose the 100. If you don't come, what would that cost you?
A lot.
Hey, you think that's the only $10 job available? Maybe losing that job's the best thing that could happen to you. If you miss one day and they fire you, I guess that shows you how much they love you. Okay? If you had come to the event and the guy taught you how to double your income, grow a business, but you don't go, if you miss have you ever heard the saying that ideas are life-changing? Do you know that really all you're probably missing is the idea that will set you free? I've got a wedding. Who is it? Who's getting married? Is it your family? Are you in the wedding?
I'm going to be the best man in the wedding.
Then I'm not going to the school. I'm getting you to the next one, though. You can't have a wedding every fast start school. The guy's the best man in the wedding. I'm not on that. No problem. I understand. Go have a great time. No biggie. Next, but the next one is, right?
Right.
Can you see any reason? Okay, so I'm at the thing. All right. John, Mary, great, all great stuff, right? You know, we got this guy, you know. Have you ever heard, like, the easiest way to be successful is finding someone who's successful and copying them. Learning from them. Find out what they do. Find out how they spend their time. When people who are successful talk to you and train you and teach you, they can accelerate your success. They can move you. You know, people who come to an event like this are 6 months ahead of all the people who didn't come. True or false?
Right.
How much was the ticket? Give me your 10. Tell me I can't, somebody tell me, well, I can't make it. Can't make it. All right, well, let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you a question, Mr. Can't Make It. If I was to put $10,000 and tape it in an envelope and tape it under your chair, and all you had to do to get that $10,000 cash, 10,000 jumbo large, all you had to do was sit in that chair from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and you could get the 10,000, would you do it?
Yes, I would.
So the question is not you can't come. The point is you don't think it's worth $10,000 to come.
Well, I didn't know about the 10,000.
And I'm not going to put 10,000. I'm making a point here. The question is our business worth 10,000?
Yeah.
What has this business been worth to me? Everything. A life. And not just the money. The money is one of the more minor issues. One of the more minor treasures. Just winning is fun. How you feel about yourself. Overcoming fear. Starting out crappy, but changing and growing and getting stronger and fighting through adversity and doubt and fear and, all the things you got to do to win here. So I'd use the $10,000 analogy. The guy says, well, I can't make it, just, blah, 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 blah. I say, well, hey, let me ask you something. If you wanted to play golf and you wanted to be in the PGA and Tiger Woods was doing a 5-hour seminar at the firehouse for $10, and your dream was to be a golfer on the tour, and Tiger was in town at the firehouse for $10, and he was going to talk about how to dominate the sport of golf. He was going to go over his training regimen, what he did, how he did it, how he thinks, what he reads, what he does. If you were at all serious about golf, where would you be Saturday 9 to 2? No doubt about it, right or right? If you're at all serious about changing your life, if you're a little bit serious about your financial future, if you're a teeny bit serious about learning how to build this business, where will you be? At the firehouse. All the people who are serious about winning will be at the firehouse. All the non-serious, non-players, non-winners will be true or false, Mr. Dingleberry. Wow, fantastic. I have a really good medical plan. Okay, super. And what does that have to do with showing up to the event?
Well, I can't take on the extra employment and risk losing my job.
You cannot take on what?
Showing up and losing my job potentially.
If you show up to a fast start school, you'll lose your job?
I may. I'm on
Where country do you live in, sir?
I'm on disability right now, so I got to watch what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're on disability. How do you okay, let me ask you. Are you able to work?
I'm able to do some things.
Like can you talk?
So far, so good.
Can you drive?
I got here, yeah.
So if you can talk and drive, what else do you need? You need to be any heavy lifting here? Hey, if you've got the ability and the potential to double, triple, quadruple your disability payments, is that worth exploring?
I'll take a look at that.
See you at the school. Here's your ticket. Give me your 10. By the way, if you feel like you haven't got your $10 value, I promise to give you your little measly $10 back. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
'Cause we don't need your 10. But I ain't never had anybody ask for their 10 back. Ever.
I'm sorry for every day off. I spent it with the family.
That's fantastic. How you like only having one day off? It's my only day off. I spend the entire day with my family. So how you like only having one day off?
Well, it's tough, but I got to do it.
Yeah, well, no, you don't have to do it, but you can choose to do it. And if through this vehicle, what I just shared with you, this broker agent concept, this sales management ownership concept, if that could free you to where you were working 1 day and 6 days off, would that be worth giving up 5 hours on one Saturday of your life?
Well, I don't know. I have to talk to the wife.
Well, let's go talk to her. Where is she? I'm sure she'll agree she'd like to have you around more.
Yeah?
Or would she not?
Well, she did help me get that job. Okay.
Okay, there's another one. So you getting the feel for it? You know, if you're going to be successful in golf and a guy's coming in, Tiger, you're going to him. Who's your favorite musician? Anybody like Prince? Okay, if Prince was coming to the firehouse for $10, would you come? Okay, so what's more important, seeing Prince or learning how to build a business and change your life? Well, we'll see you at the firehouse. So you use these stories, these analogies. Tiger, a musician, they would do that. I'm just getting them to the event so I can let the event work for me. If I'm here with my same 3 non-producing dudes, I'm in trouble. I cannot wait for my 3 guys to change. I need some new players. The reason for the new event or the next event is for the new people. Because I'm sure my message is some reoccurring themes here. Yes? This isn't that deep. Okay.